Aries, welcome to your reading. I hope that this message finds you while you're in good health and good wealth. I hope that you're doing something that you love today, tonight, this afternoon, whenever this message finds you, simply because you deserve to. Aries, thank you for all the likes, comments, and subscribes to my channel. They truly mean the world to me. If you would like to follow me on Instagram, the link will be in the description below. I encourage you to do so, just cause, right? And if you would like a private reading, more information about that will be in my About section on my page. But we're going to be getting you an overall, just general energy reading today, checking up on your energies and what you've been going through, what you've been feeling. Maybe give you some clarity, some confirmation, or some insight about your situation. On the split. Six of Cups. Bottom of the deck. Page of Cups. Wow. Somebody could be apologizing to you about past wrongdoings that they have done to you. Or you could be thinking about somebody that you used to love that is no longer in your life. This is a very nostalgic energy, a very innocent energy. It's really all emotional based, which is interesting. You could be dealing with a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, specifically a Scorpio. But I just see you looking back on the past in a way that you're reflecting on the past in a way that is healing to you. You're not looking back on the past in like despise or remorse or regret. You're looking back on it in a way that is really showing you how much you've grown on an emotional level from who you used to be and what you used to deal with and put up with and who you are now or who you're becoming. I feel like you're going through definitely a transformation. And this Page of Cups card, there's their bottom half of their body is a mermaid, but above the water, what other people can see and perceive, they are just, a human, potentially a fairy. It's looking like a human to me though. And I just feel like it speaks volumes to how you have transformed, right? How these past experiences have transformed you. And I just see you really acknowledging that. But for other Aries out there, this definitely could be somebody from your past trying to make some type of apology to you, because they feel they've done you wrong, or you could be apologizing to somebody that you feel you've done wrong. Well, let's see what your reading says. Let's see what comes out. I really enjoy using this deck. I try to not use it too much because I enjoy it so much. I don't know if that made sense. But it's kind of like when you listen to like a song you really like and then you overplay the song. And it's like, dang, I used to like that song, but I don't anymore because I listened to it. I heard it way too much. That's kind of how I feel about this deck. I don't want to overplay it. I just like the art and the messages that my spirit receives through it. We have Judgment and the Nine of Cups. Absolutely amazing. A lot of Aries out there, you guys are going through a shift, a very enlightening shift in your life where you might feel like it's more necessary now, more than ever, to put your own happiness first. You could have been dealing with things in the past where you were kind of hoping that you putting someone else's happiness first would make you happy. Hoping that you tending to their needs or kind of being who they wanted you to be, or trying to find some type of middle ground with them, right? You were hoping in the past that that would fulfill you, but you're realizing or coming to terms with the fact that if you're not fulfilled within yourself, you will never be fulfilled. If you're not happy with yourself, right? Someone else can't give you happiness. That's not how it works. And I feel like you're awakening to this. You have to feel good about you. You have to feel that love within you. Nobody else can validate you or even if you're in love with them, right? Their happiness is not your happiness. Their happiness can make you happy, but their happiness cannot sustain your happiness. And I feel like you're seeing that and you're moving accordingly, you know? You're really putting yourself first in a way that makes you feel loved by you. That's very powerful. Bottom of the deck, the Eight of Swords. You're seeing how in the past you were constricting yourself or holding yourself back, right? You trying to be something or hope someone else would be something, right? For you, depending on how it's resonating. How you are holding yourself back by holding on to that idea, hope, or wish, right? That maybe if you're enough for this person, then they'll love you, then you can be happy. No, that's you holding yourself, that's you constraining yourself in a very, very, what's that word? It starts with a D, detrimental way, right? Or you hoping that they will change or be better for you, like them changing or doing what you want them to do will prove to you that they love you, and that if they love you, then you can feel happy. Like, no. I see you really exiting a time period of that. You have the Eight of Cups. You walked away from something. And I feel like what you walked away from was really just your own self-limiting beliefs and constraints that you were putting on yourself. With the Ten of Swords, you've completed a cycle. A very, very hard lesson was learned here, but a very necessary lesson. A lesson about self-love, right? I feel like you're following your inner guidance, your intuition heavily. You're not waiting for somebody else to tell you how to move forward in life or what you can, or you're not letting someone else's being determine the path that you're walking or the path that you're on. You're not relying on them to be your happiness. You're seeking it within the self and finding it. But for a long time, and I say it was hard lessons learned because for a long time you weren't in that energy, you know? You were potentially you were definitely in a more self-constraining energy, but you were potentially in a very codependent energy. Page of Cups in reverse. I feel like there's a need or necessity to forgive yourself, right? Just because we're aware of things, there's a good example of this I posted today on my page. Just because we're aware of certain things doesn't mean that we have integrated the lessons, right? Just because you're aware that your happiness needs to be put first, or that you used to hold yourself back, or that you've learned these tough lessons, does not mean that you have integrated it. Integrating it would be understanding and then forgiving yourself in this specific situation. Understanding and forgiving yourself in a way that allows you to be set free, in a way that lets your spirit guides know that you really have learned the lesson that you needed to learn, or you really have understood why you went through a certain experience, right? In this case, integrating the lesson would be seeing the bigger picture and then forgiving yourself for who you used to be, right? Letting go of that. Letting go of the disappointment you have in yourself for how you used to hold yourself back by wanting other people to step up to the plate or wanting other people to treat you right. At the end of the day, Aries, it's not harsh, but it's just true. We choose the people that are in our lives. We might not see who they are to the core at the start, but we choose those people. We chose those people for a reason, or our spirits did, right? So don't beat yourself up over who you chose in the past just because they maybe walked away from you in a time of need, right? Or maybe because they didn't treat you right when all you were doing was treating them right. Don't beat yourself up for choosing them because you had to experience what they were going to do to you. You weren't meant to see the bigger picture at the beginning of the story, right? You don't read the last page of the book when you just pick up a new book. Some people do because they like spoiling endings for themselves, but spirit doesn't really work like that. No, because we're all here to learn, grow, evolve, and help each other do the same. And so I feel like some areas out there you could be a bit harsh on yourself about the person you chose, right? But I'm saying don't, because you chose them for a reason, whether you know it or not. Whether you saw their true intention or not, you were meant to experience them and everything that they had to offer, the beauty, the pain, and everything in between. Now we have the Seven of Wands. So that was all really to say. There's a need to forgive yourself. And in reference to what I posted today on my community page, it was me sharing my thoughts about myself. And not that I really wanted to, because, that can be very vulnerable and embarrassing to put yourself out there or your thoughts out there like that. Because I just don't think that people should do that. Trust me, I did not want to do that. But it was basically proof in the pudding of what I've just said. Like, yes, I can tell you guys all this stuff about loving yourself and self-love and growing and forgiving and all that. But if I haven't, just because I'm aware of that knowledge, right, and that wisdom, which you are, right, about loving yourself and the need to put yourself first and how you've been holding yourself back. But until I've integrated that, what am I really saying, right? All this stuff that I'm preaching to you, I'm not even discrediting myself at all, because I really do be tapped in. But I'm just saying, like, on a very real level, like, I'm telling you guys to love yourself or this and that. But if you look at my post, it's like we're all figuring it out as we go. So that's what I'm also saying. Don't be so harsh on yourself for who you used to be, because you're not that person anymore, Aries. And with the Seven of Wands and now the Queen of Swords in reverse, it tells me that you are, there could be certain energies, right, that are trying to make contact with you that you have already dealt with, outgrown, and potentially still need to forgive. But I just see some of you Aries, you have forgiven that energy and you have moved on and you're elevating in a very beautiful way. For other Aries out there, really for all Aries out there, there could be an energy of the past, somebody that was very cold to you or cruel to you at one point in time, that made you kind of put all these walls up, right, around yourself with this Eight of Swords energy, right? Like, you were constraining yourself, but that doesn't mean that the past did not influence you putting these walls up and constraining yourself. The past could have manipulated you in a way that made you feel unworthy of X, Y, and Z, right? So you put these walls up as a form of protection. But I see you really, really not, I see you blocking out whatever energy is trying to come in towards you, but I also see you, I see this as a test from spirit, right? I think that somebody that you used to engage with that did not treat you very fairly or was just very harsh or cold to you, right? They might try to engage with your energy in some way, shape, or form. It doesn't have to be romantic, right? Whoever we're speaking about, whoever you're thinking about right now. I see them trying to come in, but I also see you standing up for yourself in a way that a lot of you won't even acknowledge their presence when they try to make contact. A lot of you might have them blocked right now, but I just see you protecting your energy and your peace. And I feel like this is a test from spirit to see what you will do, right? So whatever point you're at in this journey, I would advise you to just think about everything that they put you through in the past. If you are going to reply to them or, entertain their energy, they're not coming back as a changed version of themselves. They're coming back as more of the same. So move accordingly, free will, do what you will. But I see a lot of Aries out there protecting themselves and their peace overall, right? The lessons, the very difficult lessons that they put you through with this Ten of Swords is not worth repeating. That's how I'm seeing some Aries coming through in this reading. But it could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, that tries to make contact with you. Could be a Pisces. Could be, again, I guess Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or a Leo. That's really all we have out here. Under the Eight of Swords, we have the World in reverse and the Three of Cups in reverse. Yeah. There's a cycle. Somebody feels like things might have ended between you guys too soon, even if they were the ones that ended it. It's like they're trying to get back into your life, but the memories that you associate with them or the experience you had with them is a very unhappy or unpleasant experience. And I just feel like you've awoken to yourself in a far more powerful way than you were able to in the past, right? Because you were giving them the power, or you were giving them the control to some degree, right? You were valuing their opinion or their happiness, or allowing their opinion and happiness to influence your own. Now you're in a very much more self-fulfilling energy, not a selfish energy. You're recognizing the necessity to put yourself first, and really you're seeing the value in that. Yeah. Okay. Just gentle reminder from Spirit. You are not your thoughts. You are simply aware of your thoughts. To me, this is also speaking about you are not your past. You are simply becoming aware of who you used to be in the past, right? Do not beat yourself up for who you used to be or what you used to choose or what you used to do, because that's not who you are anymore. You are not your thoughts. You are simply aware of your thoughts. Being aware is the most beautiful thing, Aries. And I like this because the first card we have out is Judgment. You're becoming enlightened, aware, and awakened to really everything that has been leading up to this point. When we let go of the past, that does not mean that the past is gone forever. That means we let go of the past. That don't mean the past let go of us. So just be cautious about that. Stand your ground, protect your energy, see the worth and value in yourself, and move accordingly however you choose to. But this is just for you to be aware of. Bottom of the deck, that which is blocked and buried within you forms the root of fear. Fear is caused by blockages in your energy. And on the bottom of the deck, we saw the Eight of Swords, right? The root of fear. And this fear could have stemmed from, like I said earlier in the reading, them doing things to you, treating you in a certain way, not valuing you, right? Creating this fear inside of you that you weren't enough, or that you're not worthy of their love. And it's like all that really was doing, all they were doing, probably intentionally with the Queen of Swords in reverse, they were instilling this fear as a form or of control, right? They were trying to weaponize, they were trying to create a certain narrative in your mind, knowing that it would instill fear in your being, basically using manipulation as a fear tactic for you to need them or to want them or to rely on their happiness, right? To make you continue to please them, or make you feel bad for not being enough. Like, Aries, you removed yourself at the perfect time. This ended at the perfect time. You're able to now to see the bigger picture of what this was. So don't get confused or flustered when they try to come back, because just remember what they put you through and what they did to you. You walked away for a reason with this Eight of Cups. You went through all this for a reason. That cycle completed for a reason with this Ten of Swords. It was not pleasant. It wasn't real pretty. But when they try to make this apology or contact with you with this Page of Cups in reverse, it's not authentic. And I do see you benefiting most from rejecting it and protecting your peace with the Seven of Wands. This Queen of Swords in reverse, you might exchange some very, if you do engage with their energy, I feel like the words that you exchange it's not going to go how you hope it would, right? It's not going to be best case scenario, unless you're hoping best case scenario is you continuing to protect your peace and happiness. But if you do exchange words with them, it might be a bit repetitive of what the past was. But overall, I'm just looking at this Nine of Cups, so proud of you, Aries, because it's like You see that you were the gem, you were the diamond, it's Aries season, and there's a diamond. I love it. But you were everything and more that you needed to be for yourself and everyone else this whole time. Their lack of self-love was projected onto you to make you feel like, okay, Spirit, I'm hearing close the message. Their lack of self-love was projected onto you to make you feel like you shouldn't love yourself just because they didn't love themselves. And I feel like you're just awoken to the fact that what they did was wrong. Who you were was not wrong. That was who you needed to be. These are lessons that you needed to learn. And you learned them. And now you're in a new reality. And you deserve to be. Be cautious of those who have wronged you in the past, trying to come back to do more of the same. You're not as naive or as trusting as you once were. And that's a good thing, Aries. We need to protect our energy and recognize the value in our energy as individuals, just as human beings, right? Because we all have something very special about us within us. And some people try to take that away from us or strip that away from us just because they don't see the value in themselves or that special thing about themselves. And that's sad, but that's reality. So Aries, I'm proud of you for waking up to whatever the heck you had to wake up to. And I'll see you guys soon.